Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I probably did it the wrong way around again, but welcome along once again. It's One Hub Racing. It's me again. Yeah, I know. I'm on PlayStation this time. I managed to get on PlayStation to load a stream up. I know, I'm shocked. Normally on PC, but I'm doing it on PlayStation because my PC's not... Well, it is on. That's a lie. It's right next to me. But I didn't want to load up my PC because I was on PlayStation. So here we are. And joining me once again, for the second time, the Dream Team, as he likes to call it, the one and only old man who is in his last year of 30s, about to become a pensioner and will then soon become the midlife crisis. It's Colin.
Good evening all, thanks for that. I mean, if I'm a pensioner, I don't know what ESW Mason is now.
Dinosaur.
Dinosaur. This is going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to this. This is going to be good.
It's gonna be. I've just seen an image in one of my chats that just set me off. Okay, well, anyway, I'm not gonna say what image I've seen, but it is related to something from the 40s. Oh, dearie me, and a hot dog. Anyway, moving swiftly on. 14 drivers here today. 29 minutes. Now, don't forget, mostly drivers don't use all the 29 minutes to their thing, of course. In quality night, you know the deal, we know the deal. It is, of course, you come out on normally a set of mediums or hards, do a run, get your knowledge of the circuit, come back in, and then banzai it on a couple of sets of softs. And make sure you don't spin and start to catch you, because if we catch you spinning, it won't end well. Now, I heard that someone in here was hoping that Colin doesn't curse him today. That man is Hooky. So we'll keep all eyes on them, and you're wondering, where's Jess? Why she's eating a McDonald's in the background. She said not to mention that she's here. She's eating a McDonald's. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be chicken nuggets and some chips because I know Jess too well, and that probably what she's eating. She's probably gonna come and murder me in a second. But we've got a first car on circuit. We've got two cars on circuit. There's a Haas already in a wall, which is always ominous. So, as long as Mick Schumacher doesn't do that in qualifying, he's got a yellow helmet. Which Haas is that? There's only one, it's Matthias. First car on the circuit. The Haas then, of course, established in 2015, the newest Formula 1 team on the grid. A team that, it's pretty woeful nowadays, I will admit. It was good, meanwhile as the McLaren spinning. But, what's your opinion on Haas in real life since 2015, Colin?
Well, considering that they basically sacrificed last year to develop this year's car, I was expecting them to do a lot better than they did. I'm hoping that Mick keeps his drive for next year, but it's looking like I think the latest report says he's in talks with Mercedes on being a reserve.
Yeah.
Which would be interesting, but I'm hoping that he keeps his drive.
Yeah, I do hope he keeps his drive. I mean, I like Nico Hülkenberg the option to replace him, but Hülkenberg, now 35 years old, a little bit past potentially his prime. A driver that, like Mick, gets some of those results they need, but never quite got what he wanted. Hülkenberg, of course, doing it over a lot more, well, let's say a longer period of time, and I do feel sorry for Mick, because he struggled at the beginning of the part of the season. That's no understatement. He did struggle. Had that big incident in Jeddah, which wasn't really his fault, like a lot make, because even Alonso almost dropped it there, and it's one of those things. And obviously Monaco, sure you could say that might have been his fault, pushed it too much, tore the car in half, but it was in the wet, easy to do as well. You've seen many a big incident. Daniel Ricciardo dropped it earlier that weekend, so I feel sorry for Mick. He has been rather put in a position, the team haven't helped him at all. I mean, Haas itself, not an environment that seems particularly friendly, in my opinion, with Gunther Steiner. He's a lovely bloke. It sounds like...
I think I'd agree with that. It doesn't seem a very junior driver-friendly team.
Yes.
They killed the egg. Would have been I think it would have been better off in a Williams, I think, to start with.
But, Williams or, an Alfa Romeo, maybe, would have been a bit more of a better place, but Haas, a little bit more of a team which has got a reputation of having teammates that then got murdered very quickly. We've had Gutierrez, we've had Grosjean and Magnussen and Schumacher and the Egghead. I think those are the only drivers that Haas have ever had, I think.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Technically Fittipaldi, but that doesn't really count.
Well, that's the point. He did do one race, didn't he?
He did one, of course. That was, I believe, what was it? Last race of 2020, wasn't it? It was, I think, was it 20? Yeah, it was 2020, yeah. He did the last race in Abu Dhabi because, of course, Grosjean had that horrific accident a couple of, a race before at Jeddah, Bahrain. That always confuses me. Bahrain at the end of the season just confuses me.
It should always be Brazil.
Yes.
The last race.
Or Japan.
Or Japan. Japan would be very good.
Then
like
again,
the
saying
90s.
that Japan isn't... Well, if it's Fuji, yes. Now, don't get me started, in my opinion, the Suzuka Grand Prix circuit. It's not my favourite. Talking of, that race in Fuji in 1976, a certain McLaren won it. I guess who's gone on fastest position so far? I like segways. There is one. There's the beautiful orange McLaren for a few seconds before that Red Bull, which is the correct... Never mind, before the other Red Bull, which is also the correct colour blue, goes quickest. Hey, now, Colin, you know my opinion on shiny liveries. This car looks a lot better.
It does. I do love it. It looks 10 times better now. That update was really good. It really pops the car now like it does in real life. And I'll tell you something, that to do a 28.5 on mediums this early in the session, that's quick. As Namsco does a 28.456 now on mediums as well.
Yeah, it certainly is. He is pushing onwards as well. 28.4, of course. We are expecting the times to get down into the 27s. Might just touch the 26, I reckon, maybe in this session. These guys very quick. All on the medium compound tyres, it looks like. So we are looking through. Only one on the softs. That Larkin, he didn't set a... He's on an outlap, I believe, right now, I think, for another push. Let's have a little look. He's done a lap. Is he coming in the pit? No, he's coming in the pit. So he didn't have the best first lap, it looked like then, because I know Larkin is a very quick driver. P2 last season, if I remember correctly.
Yes, and I raced with Larkin last season, in season 21, and he's a very fair driver as well. Very hard to overtake, but always fair. So we had a good couple of battles last year. Same with J. Cole. Yet to set a lap yet, still in the pit lane, but I suspect J. Cole will be up there as well. He's also a very, very quick driver.
Yep, Hookie so far on his first lap so far. I think he's invalidated his one before, so I think he's coming back in the pit lane on the set of medium compound tyres. So the AlphaTauri driver, my teammate last season, didn't have the greatest season. He rather struggled. He had a few issues here and there. I know he had, I think, Colin, you know a bit more about that, but we will digress on those ones. Luckily, he seems to be on a bit better terms right now, so hopefully an upturn of form for him this season with, we believe, don't forget, by the way, if you are wondering, you can still sign up. We would dearly love. We are currently, I think, 59 to 62 drivers currently signed up, so don't forget, sign in as well, and you can get lovely things. You get free cookies. You get me shouting at you a lot, and yeah. I think those two are beautiful reasons to sign up. Cookies and me shouting.
Oh, without a doubt. But don't forget that OneHub's got so many tremendous prizes on offer as well, and not just for the guys who win. There's the Going Gets Tough award as well, for drivers outside the top 3 that enter each race and do their media duties. It's really inclusive to everyone. And I urge anyone who's listened to this who hasn't signed up, give it a go. It's a proper sim racing family side of it as well. It's great fun.
Absolutely indeed. But the fun thing here is as well, of course, is you don't have to be the quickest driver in the world. We have, of course, got multiple divisions, of course. I think 4, depending on the drivers, 3 to 4, maybe even more. Depends how many of you lucky humans decide to sign up and destroy all of them. I think last season, because we had 4 tiers, of course. Hopefully we can get 4 tiers again, so like I said, do sign up. We've got lovely prizes, we've got lovely people, and you've got, of course, 2 lovely owners of Jess, and of course, the legends as well as Mr. Nick, who is currently working he's got a restaurant, I think, so
yes, he's working flat out at the minute, so if you're watching or listening, Nick, hello, good evening, hope you're having a good night, and I'm sure he'd be very keen to see how everyone gets on in quali night tonight.
First time then, about to come in for the soft compound tyres. I believe that is Peru through the last corner into Stowe. Very easy to get the rear end to step out here, and he does absolutely perfectly down into the club chicane, and then it's left, then right, and of course through goes Hamilton if you're there, and well, he almost dropped it, so through nearly didn't go. As up to the line, it's going to be a 29.1, so puts himself up to P4 4. As I go grab up the big mini-map to see who's coming up next. We've got the Red Bulls on outlaps, a McLaren coming through. That might be Larkin up to the line. That's to begin his lap time. Let's see, we've got Jordan not on a lap time. We've got Rydell not on a lap time because he's invalidated it, but he is going pretty quick behind lap. We've got, it must be Dutch Tricks on a lap, who's also invalidated. So we've got Jaco on a lap, who hasn't invalidated. He's pushing on then, so second time. This is going to be the quick one. Jaco, P2 division last season. Where can he go so far? Out of Chapel, down, of course, the Hangar Straight, purple sector 2 then. So let's see. It'll be the top of the time sheets no matter what, because everyone else was on the medium tyres, unless we go catastrophically wrong in the next few seconds. But looks fine through there. Chuck it down into the club chicane. Left. And then, of course, the 2 rights. And, well, do you know what I said? Do you know what I said, Colin? As long as he doesn't make a mistake, and we fine. Guess what? He's made a mistake. But should still just about go up there, and he's lost a lot of time there. That was at least about a second a bit. Rear didn't stick with him. Behind that, we've got Joss on a lap time, as he's not on a flying one. Looking to see, we've got Matthias on a lap. Yeah, we do. So Matthias next up to cross the line as they all bumped themselves up into the last corner. And he's coming in the pits.
Very pleased for Peru. That's a very good lap time for Peru. So he's, I think he did a couple of races at the end of last year.
P3.
In P3, and I know I've chatted to him quite a lot. I actually used to work with Peru, so I know the lad quite well. Lovely lad, and he's really excited to do his first full season in One Hub. And that's a good lap time. That's a good lap time from him.
Yeah,
especially this early in the session. Yeah, don't forget the track's going to warm up as we go through, so the times are they're gonna drop.
Yeah, first time in the 127s, by the way. That is Tico. That's, of course, your top tier division driver last season, if our memory serves correct. I think I should know. I commentated on it.
Yes, I'm sure Tico was in tier 1. Yeah.
Finished. I think, where did he finish in the championship? Now it was in the top couple. I forgot. Oh no.
Yes, unfortunately, my memories. I'm sure he won the championship fighting with Tom, I believe, in the last race of the year.
Yeah, he did. Oh yeah, because there was that incident, wasn't there, with Tom and
there was
Robin. The infamous. You know, I've seen cars crash together in a straight line now and roll live down that straight, so I guess it's not too difficult to imagine that happens in sim racing.
No,
so
exactly. I mean, Alonso and Stroll came together, didn't they?
Yes.
This year in Australia, where Alonso decided he wanted to turn his Alpine into a 737 for the day.
Yeah, 747 going through the skies. I prefer a Concorde, but you know, it was also made by the French and it was British, so it's joint. You know, I can get away with making that, can't I? You're old enough, Colin. You remember the Concorde?
Not quite, but just. But I'm an aerospace technician as well, so I do know quite a lot about the Concorde. A cracking plane. Actually on display in Bristol Museum.
Yes, it
if anyone's interested in seeing it.
I haven't seen it, but because Bristol's a bit far away. But I do love the Concorde, of course. A very tragic end to it. 2003 comes to mind of that one, but up to the line, Jordan does set a lap time on the medium tyre, so he's just going for warm-up times, but let's see what we've got coming up then. We've got a few on the outlaps. We've got Namsko, he's coming in the pit lane. He is currently fastest of 27.3. Who do you reckon is going to be the first one in the 26s?
I'm gonna put my money on Namsko. I'm very impressed with him. I've just been on board with him, and he's a very smooth driver. Actually, carries a lot of speed. I believe he is new to One Hub.
I believe so. Yes, he is definitely. I think he did race. He might have raced 1 of 2 last season. I believe. Don't quote me on that one, but he does ring a bell on that one. Tico up there in the front. Larkin as well, of course, from ERT, runs a lovely little McLaren, is also running orange, which is fitting for what else he runs in as well, in other leagues as well. But Jaco as well up there in 5th. We've got Joss in the pit lane as we look through the rest of the field. Peru on a... I don't think he's on a push lap. Let's see, sector split will give us an indication. He is pushing, but I think the indicator of... well, fuel and also the amount of ERS he's got probably indicates he's not. So I'll keep a little tab on that one. In comes the Ferrari, who else on a lap time? Lawrence of Arabia comes through the last corner. That's the beginner lap time, so never mind. Lawrence wants to get a lap time, and of course we've still got Mr. Ricard Rydell down there in 13th position. And we've got Hooky McHookface down in 14th. Talking of Rydell, because Colin, you do love the super touring era of touring cars. You recognise Rydell's name a lot, driving, was it the Volvo S40, I think, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah, Ricard Rydell.
1998, 99 era.
Which, of course, was my hero had a go in the Ford Mondeo in that year as well. Nigel Mansell, the legend that is.
Went on to make a pretty spectacular victory, I remember. It was in the wet. It was... where was it? It was Donington Park,
Donington, yeah. I think he came third in the end, but he was leading in the rain, and then when it dried up, then he struggled a bit. Yeah, but he was sensational in the rain. Absolutely sensational.
Aged, I think, about 45, I think, back then, because Cosmos Mansell won races all the way up into his 40s. His final F1... Well, we'll say his final F1 race he won, because we don't count 95, really, do we?
No, I certainly don't.
94 did win, of course, in Adelaide. A very controversial race, we'll say, for reasons. But, yeah.
Yes, just a tad.
Just a tad controversial. Destroyed another man with a moustache's chance of winning a title, but he did get it in the end, so it's all ends well, I suppose. Right, who we got so far? We've got a few people on lap times. Up comes Larkin, he's beginning a lap time. We got Tico on a lap as well. This is the one then. Through out of Brooklands into Luffield, build up the power as he comes down into Woodcote Corner. Flat right king of these cars, of course, as you go down at the old pit straight, blinking your miss it down into Cops. Put the braking zone a slight left occasionally. You might just tap the brakes if you dare, but doesn't need to in these modern Formula 1 machines. That looked absolutely planted through there. Down into Maggot, down into Beckett, chuck right, the car sticks, down into Chapel, down into 5th gear, down up to 6th. On the exit, build up the revs, you chuck it left as much as you can. Rydell goes fastest then. A 1:27.1, that puts us ever so closer to those infamous times. But what about Tico then, the man who has been so good then, last season's top tip. And let's see then, into the chicane, he has the left, the right, and then the right. This looks very, very good then. Through the last corner he comes. Can he get himself down to the 26? He will not, but not a lot but trying though. 2 tenths off.
That 27 won by riders, absolutely cracking lap. Absolutely brilliant. And shout out as well to Peru, down into the 28s now, 28.9, and Matthias, who had a go in the 6 o'clock slot, did a 29.1. He's beaten it now, and he's now a 29 flat. So that's a cracking lap time from Matthias as well. Well done.
Here's Namsko then on a lap time. This is one of the other drivers I really want to see what they can do. A few other people crossing the line. I think Rydog just went up into 8th position. We've got a few cars through the last couple of corners. Right now I'm looking at the minimap whilst I look at Namsko through Sector 1. 3 Thames up already in Sector 1. This is looking like it's going to be a mega lap time. 3 Thames already. Through he comes. This, as long as he gets it all perfect, bit squiggly though. I think that might be some lag. However, a little bit squiggly as he comes down into Cop's Corner. Now, how blinking you miss it. Chucking out to 7th. Is he going to keep it in limits? No, he's not. A little bit too wide. That first sector, though, that was incredible.
That first sector was nuts. That was astonishing.
That was a 26.7.
I'm convinced that he's definitely got a 26 in him overall lap time. Absolutely, without a doubt. And he's got to be one to watch for season 22. If you can do that kind of pace, that is fantastic.
Jordan on a lap time as well. P3 tip. What's he doing? Is he burning the ERS? It looks like he's burning the ERS. Is he pushing completely? It's hard to tell when you cut to another driver. I think they are. They've got the fuel indicator on, but let's see. Pushes onwards then. DRS open. What's the lap time? Says he crosses the sector. I think 7 tenths up, so yeah, he is pushing indeed then. Had a up and down season, did Jordan, in P3, I remember correctly. I think he finished P4 in the end. Through he comes into the last couple of corners, burns the ERS all the way through. You know, he's not burning all the ERS through there, so not pushing too heavily then is Jordan, but he is on a lap time, so not showing his outright pace, but across the line then 28.8, but he can go quicker. A little bit sandbagging potentially there, because Not using all the ERS there, Colin.
No, he wasn't. But still a very good lap time to get 28.8. There's probably a couple of tenths there,
Yeah,
simply by the use of the years. But so we've still got Alls and Hooky to do a run on the soft tyres. Hooky's on his out lap, same as Alls.
Yeah, we got Peru getting ready for a lap as well. We've got, who else have we got on a lap? Dutch Trick. Is he on a lap? Looks like he's pushing on for a lap. Through he comes, then all the way through. Again, another driver who's not burning all of the ERS, so not wondering if he's pushing it fully to the max right now, but another driver who's not really pushing it to the absolute limit of the car. What's the sector split looking like? Up by a second, so another driver who's not using all of his momentum, all of his true pace right now. They might not want to right now. They might wait for another bit, but if that is their only lap time, then I guess they might get themselves into a bit of trouble for not pushing to the absolute limit. But Dutch through the last couple of corners. Let's see, this looks like it's going to be a 27.3. It is pretty much a 27.3.
Pretty much exact.
P3.
Yeah, that was a good lap. Good lap by Dutch there. That was
quicker.
Nice clean. I think so, yeah.
Our driver didn't use all the ERS, and I mean, sure, they might not use all the ERS. I mean, I know some drivers that don't want to push all the ERS because it can make the car a little bit unstable, but it can sometimes give off a little bit different readings from us here in the commentary box. But let's find out. Don't forget, by the way, if you are wondering what's going on in F1, I have no idea what is going on in F1. I'll have a check in a minute whilst we go on Jake. Let me go and grab up my other screen and drag it over so I can watch qualifying as well as this. Let's see.
So I'll go on board with Hooky and we'll see what his lap can do. He's just heading towards the very, very difficult Copse corner. Not quite flat. Down to 7th. Keep it in track limits, which he does. And into my favourite part of the track, Maggots and Beckett's. Tremendous sequence of corners. The best in the world, in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's nice and smooth. Nice and smooth onto Hanger Straight. It's got good momentum, a 105 so far for sector 2. Heading into Stowe. Drops it down 2 gears. Is a little wide, but he keeps it in track limits. As a Red Bull goes off in the corner.
Yeah, whilst I go grab Colin up in the background so I can see what's going on in the meantime. Mick Schumacher is in 5th. Colin is cursed his fellow friend again. It's all gone well. Oh God, hello. Alright, no. That's just... Is penalties on? No. Oh dear.
No.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Unlucky from Hooky there. Looked like it was a solid lap for him. But trying to get your foot down coming out of club is very difficult. Very easy to spin.
It's been a wet session in F1, so it has rained.
Yes, there was thunderstorms forecast for Friday, Saturday and Sunday.
That probably explains why Mick Schumacher is currently in 5th, doesn't it?
But this is very good. It's good for Mick, actually. He needs to put in some good performances now to prove to... That was a
massive moment. I've just cut to Pierre Gasly almost in a wall. Brazil's pretty scary.
Ryderdal was up as well, and he was coming out of Beckett's and nearly lost it. Went on the grass, but he's kept it. But obviously his lap is done.
Let's see, we've got Namsko on another lap time again then, so let's see what he can do. In the Mercedes, he's pushing to the limit. Yeah, he's getting on the power up. For a second, he wasn't pushing it to the absolute max. But I don't think he is actually. No, he's not pushing it right away, is he?
Doesn't look like it. No, I don't know whether this is a
double banker. Then he's invalidated, so it might be a double banker.
Yeah.
Might go again. Wow, definitely indicating he's doing something as he got the corner.
J. Colin, the 27s, a 27.7. That's very, very quick. That's very good. Nice clean lap for him. He's on another lap here now.
Yeah, we'll be coming in the pit then, we believe, in the next couple of seconds as Namsko then, through he comes into the last couple of corners to get ready for what will be presumably his last real attempt. He might get another one after this one, but it'll be awfully close. So here we go then with Namsco down towards the Abbey curve. Chuck it right then all the way over the curve. Use it a little bit on the exit as well. Chuck it then down into the loop section, down into third gear. Chuck it right all the way then. Build up the revs. You might just touch fourth. Stays in third for this one as you come down into the exit of the village complex, down into Aintree. Then build up the revs. You now come down the Wellington Straight and of course spot the giant sign. This is Brooklands on the right, and it's going to be a 10th up in sector 1. Chuck it down into Brooklands, then chuck it right down into Luffield. Last time around, he invalidated down into Cops Quad. Needs to get absolutely perfect there as he comes out of Luffield, down into Woodcock. Keep it all the way right and pin it to the throttle then. Now build the car all the way up left there, down into the corner. You might drop it down into 7th gear just to get the rotation in. Keep it in track limits, absolutely perfect. On the limit. Down into Maggot, down into Beckett, down into 7th, down into 6th. Might chuck it down into 5th gear. On the exit, build the revs up, keep it in track limits, absolutely fine again then. On the exit, it is not going as quick as he was last time around, but he is still going up. Chuck it down into Stowe, and the car's going to just about stick with it as he'd spared out of it. Wasn't happy with that lap time.
No, he was a 10th up, but I'm sure Namsco thinks the same as us, where he knows there's a 26 in him. So he's got time for one more run. Whether he's got the tyres left, I don't know, but he does have the time to have another double.
Yeah, he certainly does. Matthias on another lap as well. I think he's the first of these guys to set a lap time. So Matthias on for his run. Let's see what he gets. Lindsay chucks it down into the loop complex. And he comes and builds the revs up then out of third into fourth. A little bit short shifting for good measure as well. Matthias, where was he last season? He was... is he a new driver? Is he in P... Where was Matthias last season? P4?
He was in... I believe he was in... yes, he was in P4 racing with Dad. He had some very good races, but he did get a bit unlucky in a couple of spins. But a never give up attitude. That's one thing that really impressed with me of him last year. He was always trying. You could see that he was never giving up, even when he was having the odd bad race. But performing really well tonight, and I'm really hoping he has a good season.
Yes, certainly is. Alexander Albon, by the way, is currently P1 in Q1. So far, this is a rather bonkers session. Matthias, purple sector. I think he's coming in the pits there. Did he cut the corner? I looked away if he cut the corner. He's pitching on then. Set a purple sector 2. So this could be a good lap time for Matthias. I don't know how good it really is then, but up to the line. It's not setting the world alight. P10 then, but set a purple sector 2 nonetheless.
Yeah, this is looking good actually. Jordan is also... I'm just about to say he was a 10th up, and he lost it, so I jinxed him then. Sorry, Jordan. Do apologise.
Let's look through. We've got Ollie Z. He's not on a 100% fly. He's coming in the pit lane. We've got Peru on a lap, I believe. We've got a few others coming for the final out lap. So this is going to be quite interesting to see who's got what.
I can't wait to watch these top 4. This is going to be brilliant. You looking at the gaps between them, you can almost guarantee that they're going to be in the same tier, more than likely the top tier. And I think there's going to be a bit of bragging rights between these top 4 for tonight.
Yeah.
Put a little marker down for the start of the season.
Who's going to get themselves down into the 26s? We have got Namsco going for his final run so far, and Mick Schumacher is last. So sadness. That's
a pity.
That's a pity. Magnussen 7. So yeah, that's the end of that one, I guess then. Sad face emoji. Here we come then out of the last corner. Here comes Namsco. Third time of asking. And let's see, this time around, he used to find a couple of tenths a second. We know the true pace of the Mercedes. He chucks it through in towards turn number 1. The car staying on the rails. Then he chucks it down into the loop. Then right, and then down into the left. And let's see where he will go then. build up the revs as you come down, of course, the Wellington Straight. Yellow flags, one of the Red Bulls getting out of the way in the last couple of corners. Spot Brooklands on the right, so then it is down the left. 3 temps up in Sector 1. Well, here we go then. Jaco is done. Joss is done. So this is the real last run then of qualifying. Has Namsco got in what he has then to get into the 26s? I believe he does, and surely he does. Rydell, quickest so far in this session, just a couple of thousandths behind. That's going to go off, and he's going to get away with it, Lowe. So let's see, a bit cheeky. I did this last season in McCrawley Run and got away with it, so let's see if Namsco can do exactly what I did. However, unfortunately, we're watching him, so it might not work. Up till he comes, and he is 2 temps up, so a little bit cheeky if he gets into the 26s, but it's gonna, if it's at the 26s, it counts, right? And he comes then into Stone, and keeps it in track limits this time around, just about down into the chicane. He might bail out of this once before the line. Let's see. Through he comes into the last 2 corners. And Namsco up to the line with a little bit of a cheek. And he does cross the line right now. Does he improve? Does. He did. I think he backed out ever so slightly there, Low, because doesn't want to improve too much on that one because it was a bit cheeky. Rydell crosses the line. 46,000 of his fastest lap time. Tico in P3. Dutch Tricks on a lap time right now. 500s up in the Red Bull. So down into the chicane he comes. And let's see, can he get himself into that top 3 position?
Whoa.
No, is the answer to that one. Backwards and a cloud of smoke. And the Red Bull driver is not going to get himself into the top 3 of that one. And does some celebratory donuts to measure it as well. Just to say, okay, fair enough.
Well, I'm just following Larkin now as he's coming round. Let's see what lap time Larkin can do. So far, 28.2. Is he in the 27s? Yes, 27.9. 3 tenths quicker than his previous. Well done, Larkin. Good lap.
Yep, gets exactly what I need to then in that 27s, and needed to do some laps like that, didn't he?
Yeah, he did, yeah. I'm a bit niggled he beat my 28 flat, but but no, that's a good lap time. J. Colin Larkin obviously were the top 2 drivers in P2 last year. J. Cole taking the title, but it was very close between them throughout the season. And looking at that, it's going to be close again.
Yeah, it certainly will be. Don't forget, by the way, we'll be getting another couple of sessions in here as well. And a few people saying, Cam saying, you're not allowed to use overtake. You can, but it's not really as quick. Normally it's just pure full straight hot lap mode. So some might try and do some different strategies, but not normally.
Yeah, when I was doing my runs, I was just putting it in hot lap mode. Then you don't need to worry about it so much, because sometimes you don't. If you're going to put it onto overtake when you're coming out of the corner, that sudden boost of power can light the rears up. So it's a bit more consistent in hot lap.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, we'll see what they can do, but don't forget, we'll be getting another lap soon enough, and a new session inbound as well, as we go and jump out of this one, and we'll get invited to the next one, which is always good to see.
But just going to see who we've got lined up for the next session. Let's have a look. So we got J. Luke having a go, All's having another go, MFC Trunders, Adri, Jinx, you having a giggle, Hookie's having another go after getting that unfortunate disqualification, Jonas, and Matthias having another go.
Yes, certainly is then, so we're just waiting for a few people to get in, and we'll get our invite as well in a session. See a few people a little bit flustered with the crossplay, apparently. Apparently it's causing some lag. I've never really experienced much lag with the crossplay on my end. So
I haven't experienced any. I'm on the PS5. I don't know the experience on the PS4.
I am on the PS4. I didn't experience much lag in that session. There was a little bit here and there, but nothing catastrophic.
Let's hope Hookie can get a little bit of luck now in the next session and put a good lap in.
Yeah. So let's see. Should get an invitation soon enough. Just having a check if we get one. I'll get one popped up if any it comes eventually. So we shall just hold on a few seconds then whilst I go and I'd say look, find the cars. Is there a car section in here? I swear there's a car section in here somewhere to look at cars. Where is it? Virtual showroom?
Virtual showroom, yeah.
Let's look at the virtual showroom. The cars aren't going to load now, are they? So here's a Mercedes. You see, there it is. There it is. There's a Mercedes. Wait. And my favourite thing to do...
See, if I knew that we're going to be looking at the virtual showroom, see, I would have showcased my car that I raced in the little session at the end of last season, in season 21, for the weekly driver points that Cam kindly set up. And I did the Nigel Mansell replica. Livery design.
Yes.
Which I was quite pleased with, even though I drove like a bit of an idiot in the race, but we'll ignore that.
Could be worse. Right, in we come again. Of course, we'll be doing another couple of sessions up till around about 9. I'd say 8:30, 9 o'clock, doesn't really matter when, but we'll get as many sessions in as we can, of course. We did have one earlier on at 6, of course, and the run we just went through right there, so we're getting a few more in. I wonder if our fellow friend Lukey, who isn't actually... Lukey's an imposter, by the way. There is an imposter among us, isn't there, Colin?
There is an imposter with us.
Lukey is actually a fake person. That's actually not Luke. So yeah, there's that one. It is actually anonymous user 0000. I might get them to speak eventually. We'll try and drag them on and get them to speak. I'm sure we can manage. There she is.
There she is.
Leslie Imposter Lukey. She's gone again. She's there. I like teasing our favourite person. We like Jess, don't we, Colin?
Everyone loves Jess. Everyone.
Yes.
And,
good commentator. Just doesn't commentate for one hub because they won't let her.
One thing I was saying to Jess and to my dad, over the last 6 months, I would definitely say that the most improved drivers in one hub has been Jess, and then I'm biased, I know, but my dad. Those two, their improvement last season, where Jess nearly clinched P3 in the championship, and if she didn't have to miss one race, pretty convinced that she would achieve it. I'm sure that's her target for this season as well.
Yeah, it's going to be, I imagine, for Jess. He's a lovely person, taken victories before. Hasn't taken a pole, yeah. So, still got that one. She's taken the victory, though, so she's got that on me. So, that... Yeah, there she is.
Yet being the optimum word.
Yes. Yeah, say hello to Lukey. He's gone under a few changes recently. Yeah, so Lukey is Jess today. Or is Jess Lukey? Your mic's also very loud. That's better. Ah, Yinx is back. Ah, love. I can jinx Jinx. Good, got it.
Jinx.
Does it come with a wheel? What wheel does it go with? We need to find out. Yeah.
Very good. I'm
Entertaining.
very looking forward to seeing how my friend J. Luke and Hooky get on in this session in particular. There wasn't a lot to choose between us on pace, between myself and J. Luke last year. He got quite unlucky on a few occasions, had a podium. Which track it was now? America. I did to reset him to track, which was very nice of it.
I remember that. I saw that. It was through the long right-hander, wasn't it?
That's right, yeah. So I'm hoping that he can have a bit of redemption now this season and get a bit more luck for him.
Yeah, luck is always the key thing in these races. As well, Fernando Alonso, he's doing quite well in real life. He's got a lovely toe off for Ferrari. I didn't say where he was. I'm just saying he's doing well. That could be he's gone 16th. Yeah, this is true. Yeah. No. I will say this: it's looking a bit soggy currently in Interlagos. I would watch qualifying as well. I'm multitasking. It's beautiful watching cars drive at Interlagos. But no, my lap time it was I think it was 28.
28.6.
Yeah, that's the one. Thanks, Colin. I forgot.
Yeah, cracking lap.
I was going pretty up.
This is.
Yeah.
Super duper.
Whilst the rain moves in to Interlagos, we got lovely dry skies above us here in the lovely world of Silverstone. I know where I'd rather be currently if I was in any place. I'd rather be at Interlagos. You know why I like Interlagos a lot, Colin?
Go on.
I got nearly my first win. I got my first pole there in one hub. In my first season.
Oh, very good.
Still don't know where that pole at came from, to be fair.
Cracking lap. Absolutely cracking lap. This is, I feel as though there could be more on the horizon as well.
Yeah, well, hopefully. I hope so. We'll see. Of course, this season it's going to be entertaining to see who's going to be exactly where. Of course, we believe Sunday will be potentially the day we to find out when everything goes live. That is to be confirmed and to be announced and timed exactly. But it is going to be roughly around, I believe, Sunday maybe for that stream. Of course, it will be. I believe it'll be me and whoever wants to join me because I believe Jess is not here for that, so you get me to blabble on about for the next 4 hours of doing random things and having no idea what I'm saying, so you'll be in luck for some entertainment. Here we go, Silverstone for the second time around. Of course, it's circuit 1948, the first official race around here. Of course, you'll think 1950 the first F1 race, but that is true because F1 started in 1950. But the first Grand Prix race at Silverstone was in 1940, and a very different layout to what it is now. But it has undergone quite a few changes. Of course, 1950 pretty much a relatively same layout all the way up to around about 1991. Of course, that's when the layout we kind of see today, of course, with the Maggots-Beckett's complex came in. And of course, and in 2009 to 2010, then we got this circuit. And I will admit, Colin, and I suppose you will admit as well, I don't like this layout very much.
I don't mind it.
They got rid of Bridge, though.
They got rid of Bridge, which was a ridiculously fast right-hander, and I can't imagine what these modern Formula 1 cars could do around there. I wouldn't be surprised if they do it flat, probably easily, which would be nuts to watch. But they've tried to keep a lot of the best parts of the track, like your Maggots and Beckett's, and obviously the Hanger Straight going into Stowe, and Copse Corner, which is tremendous to watch through there. But of course, Silverstone was an airstrip during World War II, and the original layout, the way it was the use of the service roads. So that's why it was like it was.
Yeah, it was kind of like triangles, really, because it went down the runways, the original 1948 one, of course. The one we more know, of course, the 51, that went round the complete round the outside road, I think. Because you can still, I mean, the fun thing is here, we'll go and see this funny car who's out on circuit. It is Jinx. So, best way to know where the old runways were is this. Basically, look for where all the runoff is, or look for where all the straights are. So, this is one. Down here, I believe, this used to be one of the runways. Down here, where it is the Wellington Straight, and I believe the Hanger Straight is right on the outskirts. I don't think it's on one of the straights.
Yeah, I'm sure there's. I think there are certain angles as well. If you actually look at obviously the aerial photography, you could see it. I'm actually going to Silverstone on Sunday. Going to go to the museum, as my friend said, just kindly got me tickets to go to see the museum there, which I'm very excited to see at this tremendous track. We're very lucky to have such a good track in the UK, and hopefully it stays on the calendar for many years to come.
Yeah, it's one of those circuits where if it drops off, it will be an absolute shame, as we are just getting ready for a few people to set lap times. I've got Yinks in my radar right now, the new driver, the ERT driver as well, down into the chicane, driving the number 18 as he comes through there on the curb. It gets absolutely perfect, couple of yellow flags down the back as well, but let's see Jinx led down into the first corner, blinking you missed, then chuck it right, and as he comes up the exit, there he is, through he comes, out the corner, and disappears out the screen. They're down in to that loop section, and what he's currently doing is he now comes down, of course, the Wellington Straight, of course, named after the Wellington Bombers that used to be situated down here, if memory serves correctly, of course. And through they come, and then, of course, down into Brooklands, which is named after the legendary Brooklands Motor Circuit, and then down into Luffield, which is named after something. I don't quite know, but I know...
I think it's named after the local... There's, like, little villages...
Ooh,
off near, so like Stowe is an actual little village, and I think Luffield is as well.
Yeah, it certainly is. As we go through here, then down into Maggots, down into Beckett, and then into Chapel, which is named after the chapel, which is on the outside of the circuit, and Stowe, which of course, like you said, is named after the little corners and places as well. But let's see, down the brakes, first car really to set a lap time, Jinx. I reckon this is going to be a driver in the P2 tier. If I'm going to be taking the blunt honesty route, I'm going to guess he's going to get straight out the box a 27 to a 28.3. That is the Delta.
It's going to be a 28.1.
Pretty much bang on the middle.
Yeah, that's a very first lap out of the blocks on a very green track. That's very impressive.
Yeah, it is. That is a... I say, right, I can go quick right today. And we've got Hickey now on a lap time. He's gone and jumped in the Aston Martin. Jonas and Ollie Z cross the line right now. Hickey 32.8. That's not a full competitive lap time. Neither is for Ollie Z either. But tyres length, that's a bit more of a better lap time for him. They're into the 29 zeros and looking a little bit quicker than earlier on as well. We get only 10 drivers here so far in this session, so slightly less, mainly because they will be watching qualifying, which will be going on in the background like I'm watching as well, so it's going to be interesting to see right now. But I will say, fair play to all these drivers that are doing this whilst F1 is on.
Yeah, good on them. Obviously they've probably got it on record and watch it later on.
Or have it on in the background like me and watching it.
Oh,
right
you'll
now.
possibly do that, yeah, that's... As I'm seeing a J. Luke, I don't know whether he's on a fast lap here or whether he's...
Looks like it.
Does look like it, as he's heading into...
Is he using
cops.
ERS? I don't think he's using ERS, so... He's definitely pushing. He's not pushing to the absolute limit, as there goes one of the Red Bulls out of the way. Down he comes then, chuck it back over the right, use all the curb. A little bit twitchy there as he bumped over the top of it, but what's he like in Sector 2? 14 seconds up, which is... I'd hope he's 14 seconds up on a 49.7, as we look see a few people improving. Jonas 4th so far. Here comes Mr. Lukey Boy, then J. Luke. Down he comes then into the chicane. Not pushing to his absolute limit, not using the ERS, so he's got, I'd probably say another 7 temps, 8 temps normally, you'd imagine, with the help of that, but it's going to be a 29.2 first lap then, so it's definitely got a lot further to go then. P2 last season, so getting into that again, so far, not bad though.
A solid start. And J. Luke's one of our controller drivers as well, which I always admire greatly, the guys who can use a controller and be fast, like yourself, Liam.
Yeah.
Because if you give me a controller, I would be last in P4, guaranteed.
Well, it takes a little bit of a thing. Meanwhile, here comes Rickard Rydell then in the Aston Martin. Then as he comes down into that left-hander, Rickard Rydell, touring car champion, if I remember correctly, as well. So, I think he did well in 98 in the Volvo, didn't he? Or was that his teammate?
I think it was... I think so. If memory serves.
Cracking
driver.
Run it as this track, I think, as well, actually. So, don't quote me on that one, but I'm pretty certain he did. I can't always remember my BDCC memories. But he's a lovely livery, of course, on the Volvo. As he comes through right down to left, not using all the ERS. So another driver who's not pushing the ERS to the absolute limit either. But, oh, that's a lot of lag. There. He is using the ERS. He's using it a bit sparingly, though. He's not pushing it, but purple sector 2. Unsurprising. 27.1 his lap time last time. There's a lot of lag this time around for Rydell as he comes into the chicane, as he jumps, hops, skips and bumps through into the last couple of corners. As let's see, can he get into the 26s? 27.2. So
very good.
A very laggy lap time, but oh yes, I don't know if he's lagging for you.
He is lagging for me. He's the only driver that's lagging at the minute. As I get on board.
Adriox, he's a new driver, I believe.
Oh, let's see what Adrioloc. Apologies if I mispronounced your name then.
Adrioloc Doc.
Oh, big spin.
Wow.
Which is quite interesting actually, because we've seen a lot of drivers spin there.
It's an easy corner too. It is, of course, it is a loaded corner, and well, that's the fourth driver in this afternoon, which you said, let's see what they can do, and they've died into the last corner. So
I know I'm the biggest jinx at the minute. I do apologise.
Adri. Oladoc.
Fantastic.
Oh no, Honeyboo forgot to turn the mic on. Oh dearie me. Oh dearie me. Oh dearie me. Happens, eh? Oh, yes. Hopefully. It's not looked like it's been a particularly brilliant lap, I must say, for Giggle, but of course, that comparing to Ryan Ellis, it is going to be a bit of a difference, isn't it, Colin? It is the difference between a top tier driver and one of the lower tier of drivers. And let's see, for the last corner, as long as Giggle doesn't drop it, which should be relatively easy for him, not on tracks I can presume. And 29.5, not a bad lap time.
Nice.
Puts him ahead of Ollie Z, so it's awfully close, isn't it, from this kind of, this P3-4 gaggle we might get. It's going to be awfully close.
Oh, it's going to be brilliant. It was last season as well. It was so close. Pretty much every tier went down to the last race.
Yeah, it did.
Which was great.
P4, which
I think, apart from P4, which Jamie clinched in America, I believe.
Yeah. Yinks. On the lap, used all of his ERS, so he's managed to use all of it. It's deploy, use, complete. I haven't seen that one for a while, of course. So he's using overtake. That's what he's doing. Using the overtake a little bit. Up to the line, 27.7. Not bad.
Nice.
That is definitely, you know what I said? That looks like a P2 kind of driver. I definitely say it could be.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be on the cusp. That's very interesting where
that
he's going to finish.
True does, last corner.
Hookie's coming round the last corner as well. And sets a 29.3. Very good. Nice.
On point again then.
So
That's a bit more form, isn't it? There, he was struggling in the first hit, got it hooked up for the second.
Yeah, hopefully now that will give him a little bit more confidence now in the car, and he can possibly sneak into the 28, which would be great.
Yeah, I did want to try and get a 28.9 as Ollie Z. Where's he gone off? That's Luffield area, isn't it? Yeah, out down into Luffield. Rebel there, probably got the curb too much on the inside, and the car decides against it. Of course, gets out of the way of the Ferrari, who then gets out of the way of them. So they're all just getting out of the way of a Aston Martin, I believe. That'll be a Hookie coming into the pit lane. So not long to go now. This could be awfully interesting to see who's got what. I tell you who wants to get a lap time on. Well, the two Ferraris. So far, 9th and 10th haven't set a competitive time at all.
No, not yet. Trender's yet to do a lap. I don't know whether possibly invalidated a couple, which is quite easy to do around here, especially around Cops. I invalidated 2 of my laps in the session that I did around there. It is easy to do. As J. Luke is just about to start his flying lap as he comes around Stowe.
Meanwhile, in the world of Ferrari land, guess what they put for the Ferrari on Inters? Everyone else is on slicks.
Inters.
Oh, dearie me. Meanwhile, J. Luke up to the line to begin a lap time, and let's see, this is going to be the one that he wants to get perfect, doesn't need to make a mistake. Well, he has got 15 odd minutes more not to make a mistake, so let's see what he can do.
This is a good start of the lap, actually.
A little bit squiggly there, though, wasn't it? But get to the power nice.
Very difficult to get the power down out of that corner. I always struggled there myself. But he's done it alright. He's got some good momentum down the straight now. Coming into Luffield.
Not up in sector
Don't run
one.
too wide. Oh, a little bit squirrely on the exit. But gets the power down. Let's see how well he can do Cops.
Yeah, this is the bravery corner on this circuit. This is the corner you make all the time up on.
Yeah, oh, that was nice. That was nice from J. Luke. That was good.
Let's see. Through Maggot, through Beckett, down into Chapel. A little bit wide, it might drift him out, but of course the curve comes to you. Take a bit more of a shallower line there. You can cut across a bit earlier to get more of a little bit less straight down the straight. As you chuck it right, and then of course down into Stowe, and then into, of course, the Club and the Vale corner. It's the Club chicane, it's the last corner. It's Vale, as I always call it, it's the Vale chicane and the last corner is Club, but it's the other way around, I realise. Up comes J. Luke. Love to get into the 29s. And does do so that as he gets into the 28.
Very nice. Good solid start. Still quarter of an hour left in the session. Of course, we had that tremendous battle through the Vale Chicane and Club this year at Silverstone, where Hamilton overtook 2 cars, Perez and Leclerc.
Yeah, it was.
That's the great thing about this track. It really does provide good racing.
Yeah, it's a racing circuit at its thorough heart.
100%.
It's not like your Miamis or your, I guess, Paul Ricard. I like Paul Ricard. I like Paul Ricard a little bit. I have respect for it because of what it is, but it's not like Silverstone, a proper circuit.
No, I'm sure I'm not the only one who would have this opinion, and I think Formula One really could do with going back to more grass. If you look at COTA as a prime example, if you put grass through on the exit and entries of those corners,
S's, yeah,
and the S's, for example, that track would be one of the best. But unfortunately, if you make a mistake, you get away with it. This is why I love tracks like your Belgiums, your Silverstones, and your Monacos as well. And Singapore being on the calendar, that'll be very interesting.
Be good next year, isn't it? Because remember, it is going to be a slight revive for just next year.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot quicker.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear.
And fair play, Matthias, 28.678. That's a cracking lap from Matthias.
How's he got there? You're reacting to my oh dearie me for that man. Oh dear. Bottle job building his best friend Corky down there in that car. Meanwhile, a bit wide for Trunders there, not pushing again. Who have we got on a lap? I don't think we've got anyone on a proper lap right now.
Hooky has just started his lap. Who else have we got? Giggles on a lap. I think Giggles on a lap. Let's have a look. Matthias, 2/10 up as he comes into Stowe. Keeps on the black stuff nicely. Run Club. Lovely and clean. Gets the power down nicely. And does a 28.371 from Matthias. That's a cracking lap. He really has. That's fantastic.
Oh, Ferrari off.
Yeah, obviously he's put a lot of work in the off-season, because that is a tremendous time.
I just want to say, Jess, I know you're watching quality as well. Do you see the man who's currently P1 and now it's chucking it down? I have just realised that this Mick Schumacher is done for. I've just spoiled it. It's F1 2000 and something, first and second, here we go.
Hooky just improved his time here as well, 29.164. Very nice, Hooky, very nice. That pretty much, I think that matches his Esports Wales teammate, Mason.
It does.
The old man.
That's a weird off.
Oh, very close. Wow. Wow. I know they are actually in a party chat together, I believe, as well, so they'll probably have a good giggle over that. Wow.
Yeah, he did. Talking of those, he's just gone off the circuit and got it invalidated? What's happened there?
Not...
It said 29 flat, and then it disappeared.
And then it went. That's very peculiar.
Now, what's happened?
He's got time to go back and have another go. It's still 9 minutes in the session, so...
So a bit of a glitch right there, but nonetheless, let's go and see who's on lap. We've got Rydell in the pit, Jinx on an out lap. We've got the Hat, who's currently in P3, which is pretty familiar right now. We've got Red Bull down there. We've got Truders down in 9th. Yeah, we've got Adriolocadok, as I'm now going to call him now, is the most complicated name in history. Adriolocadok, that's his name now.
Yeah, nice smooth lap that. Nice, no mistakes. Carried good speed. Nice clean lap.
Yeah, meanwhile, Jinx currently coming down into Cop's corner, and does he get the car perfect? Yes, he will. 5 temps up in Sector 1. It was there as he comes down into Maggot, down into Beckett. Chuck it back left, then chuck it into the final of the right-handers, all the way up then through the gears. Out to the line, he's lost a lot of time there in Sector 2, but he is still purple. So, let's see if that was a little bit of a Houdini screen on my end, or he's still going pretty quickly. Out the way goes the Ferrari, which might have given him a distraction. He bailed out that.
Bails out, yeah.
Didn't want it.
I'm still waiting for a 26. I'm sure someone's going to throw one in there.
We've been awfully close though, it looks like. Oh, Ollie Z, that's a big off. Well, both qualifying pretty much nearly done and dusted. Oh, what's going on for the Red Bull? On Red Bull, getting a straight line. As here comes the two behind as he gets out of the way. Got the power of the full Red Bull. He's just doing sideways donuts. As we look through, we got a few people that are coming in the pit lane or on outlaps. Hooky on an outlap. Jonas on a push lap, I believe. Down to the chicane.
Hopefully the Aston Martin hasn't put him off too much on his 29.3. A little bit quicker.
Yep,
very nice.
17,100, so does improve. But what now about anyone else? Who is going to be on a lap time? We've got Rydell on a lap time, so let's go on board when the man who's currently top of the times as he begins his lap time then. Down in towards turn number 1. Chuck it through turn number 2 as you dive down there. Little break into it. A circuit which does have quite a bit of elevation for what it is. It does rise and dip quite a bit as they chuck on the outside. That's on the limit. Needs to find 2 and a bit tenths of a second. As I look at qualifying again, it's all inters. So there we go. A tenth up in Sector 1. Through he comes then. Through the right. Bit of a twitch there for the Aston Martin. On the exit. And then down into Cop's corner again. Takes all the way to the inside. This is going to be awfully close. Can he get into a 26? Chuck it down into Cop's corner. That is on the limit. That is absolutely perfect. Burn as much of the car as you can. Use a bit of overtake as well. That's what they're doing to get a bit more pace. I've realised that's what it is. We're seeing burn up then as they chuck it through the exit. Down the hanger straight. Loses a tiny bit of time right there. As you now chuck it down into Stowe. And let's see How much more time can he gain? It'll certainly be towards a 27-1, as long as he hooks these last two corners up a little bit deep into that one. That'll compromise the exit. Get on the power nice and early. It's just struggling on the power. 27-3, lost a lot of time there. Doesn't quite do it again.
Yeah, that was a pity. He was a 10th up, but he just outbroke himself very slightly going into the last chicane, and it compromised his exit then coming out for the last corner. But I'm sure that might be his last run. I don't think he'll have time to come back and have another run now. Jinx is about coming down the hanger straight. He's going to start his last flying lap. Same with J. Luke. Hookie's on a warm-up lap. Giggle 4/10 up. But I think... No, he's backed out.
Do you know the sad thing I realised, Jazz? I was going to say, I mean, I'm sure people are probably knowing what's going on in F1, but that's not going to be pole position, though, is it? Because they got a sprint race, so it's not actually classed as a pole. So, diddums.
Very true.
That's a diddums, but that, I tell you what, that is an achievement. We're not going to say who it is completely, but I did say Schumacher is finished because he's last, and, well, you could probably guess where his teammate is. No, I don't know where Latifi is. He's not in the top 10. I tell you, that's a front row for that. Sounds like it came straight out of the 90s. There.
So, what's your opinions on sprint races then? Are
Don't
you
like
thumbs up or thumbs down?
Oh, we are we? What race?
I am thoroughly looking forward to trying sprint races this season.
Tell you what, Jinx on a lap time right now. 3 temps up in Sector 1. 4 temps up in Sector 2. It popped up there. This could look like a very good lap time across the line. 27.3 as he crosses it. I tell you what, that looks like a P1 type kind of lap time, doesn't it?
It does look like a P1, which would be great. Another ERT driver, which is great to see. A great team with some fantastically quick drivers. Obviously, Nick in ERT as well, the league owner. No, he's not, which is unfortunately he's too busy with work. So I'm gonna have to find a new teammate.
Oh, maybe.
Cough, cough, cough.
Winky face. Everyone comes out last lap. On board then with the Haas. Let's see where he can go. Can he get himself on P1, I wonder? I don't think so. But we'll find out. It'll be a... Well, to be fair, he's only got to find a second. F. I don't think it's improving too much. A 10.
Oh, 28-2.
2.
Matthias, without a doubt, is my driver of the evening. To be putting in those times, 100%. He's got a fantastic attitude.
Oh, Andrew, that's too much power, sunshine. Do you know that last corner we mentioned a few times that's caught a lot out?
Oh, Hookie. Hookie did a 29.060, nearly into the 28s. Is fantastic. He was hoping for a 28, but very nearly there. That's a good lap.
That's Are we finished? Oh, we didn't. No, he didn't get another lap in. Yeah, that was an out lap, Colin. That wasn't his push lap.
Oh.
So he's not done it, and they've done it. Meanwhile, another team has just got their first pole. Oh, it absolutely is their first pole. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, I'm going to have to say goodbye to you all now, as I now have to go and pick up my wonderful wife. But thank you all for having me, and looking forward to tuning in to the next stream now, which may be Sunday, to find out what tier everyone is, including myself. So that'll be very exciting. But definitely, without a shadow of a doubt for me, Matthias has impressed me the most. I would love to see the improvement from last year, or last season. It's going to be very, very difficult. Very difficult indeed. So I will love you and leave you all. Thank you very much. Thank you, Jess. Thank you, Liam. And good luck to the drivers for the final session now. I think it might be the final. Yeah.
Yeah.
So good evening, everyone. Bye.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Seen this one somewhere. I've seen us two commentating somewhere before. I told Ollie said didn't get a lap time in on the soft at all, so he's gonna have to go again. Ah. Ooh. Yeah. Yep, certainly should be good. What's in my player card liveries? Design 2, Design 3. Yes, I haven't got them up. You're also head. Have you got them up? You're also head commentator. Hey. I. Right. Oh God, now I've got. Oh, now, where is it? I've got to scroll up. There we go. See, and I clearly did all the sponsors. Thank you very much, Jess, for doing the sponsors for me. Oof. Lukeception. Yes. I must now speak and think of things. So here is a Mercedes. Actually, can I play the audio? Does it work?
As a works team, Mercedes have become one of the most successful teams in recent history. They've won 7 drivers' championships and taken home the constructors' championship in each of the last 8 seasons. Prior to that, Mercedes were the engine supplier for the Brackley-based 2009 constructors' champions Brawn GP. This was their way back into Formula One as their parent company Daimler purchased a stake in the team for the 2010 season. The team was then rebranded to Mercedes and have raced under the world-famous German mark ever since, creating history along the way.
I don't know if that was actually audibly heard, but I played. Oh, can they not? Have I just been talking to myself for the lot? I mean, this is literally my normal life, talking to myself about. Jess is broken. Now I can hear myself. Oh, dearie me. We've broke Jess. I don't know how to get. I don't know how to turn your voice on. But he's a Ferrari. Yeah, you probably do. Do 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 do.
Hopefully it's working. Oh, I didn't realise that was not allowing. Right, can you hear me now? Oh, I can hear myself. Yes, it works. Okay, you guys can hear me. Right. So hello everybody, I'm Jess. Yeah, you haven't heard me all stream, but I thought I was talking to people, but I wasn't. But yeah, I'm here now. So. Oh,
I've been going mad this entire time, guys. Trust me, I haven't been talking to myself this entire stream.
Yeah, sorry about that, but hopefully you guys can hear me now. If not, then.
Oh, we can hear you.
Yay!
Hurrah!
Right. So I'll try and get people in. So I talked about the sponsors and nobody heard me, which
was, so Jess can say the sponsors again.
Whilst I'm trying to invite people.
Yes.
Okay, so what? Oh, I'll invite the PC guys. So we've got our sponsor, Next Level Racing, who is providing the usual prizes that they give to us, which is great to see. Also to our other sponsor, Pure Sim Gear, who are providing a mystery prize this season. Also to Gamergoo, that's providing trophy samples to our trophy winners. Also to our new sponsor, Aztec Sim Sports, that are providing prize to the driver with the most podiums, and also providing prizes for the ERT Go and Gets Tough award. We also have our partners Vespa team that are supporting our championship prizes, and then our other partner ERT that are providing prizes for supporting our championship trophies, and also partnering the ERT Go and Gets Tough award. There we go. Hopefully that wasn't for nothing at the moment, but there we go. I need to check if we've got everyone here. So we got Luke, yes, we've got Oles, we've got no Corey yet at the moment, and no Thunders. So those are the two we're waiting for, Mr. Dragon. So
Yes.
hopefully everyone's doing well. Do you think tonight's gone all right? Now you guys can hear me.
Yep, as I eliminate a bot from the channel. Doing great things today as this evening comes to a close. The last session, we believe, we will
stream.
doing.
We will still do more, but not
Yes,
stream
there
it.
will be more, but it's likely we will not be streaming.
Because you've been streaming since 6:30. So.
Yes. Has it? I didn't realise it's since 6:30. Wow.
Well, it's 2:45, but yeah, we could technically do 2 more stream sessions, but we'll see. Corey's in as well. I think that is everybody. When we were meant to start the session, 20 past. Okay. And Peru waits. He needs to select a car, by the way, whilst we do that. By the way, on Sunday there will be a stream, but for tier announcements, but I won't be here, sadly. Sad face. So I have to get the stream sorted for Mr. Dragon the few days before. So that's going to be fun, isn't it? Oh, God. But
it's going to be a beautiful disaster.
Let us know in the chat, by the way, if you thought that you'd done your qualifying session good. My qualifying session, after seeing all those times, well, I did a 29.3 earlier, was my time. I know I could go quicker, but my time was a 29.3. Everyone was improving on their point times from last season, which is great to see, which makes putting people in tiers so much harder. I don't think we've had much sandbagging, to be honest. I haven't seen Jason. Have you seen Jason?
No.
No, I haven't seen Jason. Well, he's doing a private session tomorrow with me. We may as well. Has anyone else reacted to the thingy? I don't think so. Someone's reacted to the thumbs up. Who was that?
I don't know.
Area specialist in Peru. Okay, I thought it would be you, Liam, knowing, but there we go. I think we may as well go early. So if you're in the lobby, ready up.
Yeah.
I will tell the drivers. There we go.
Yeah, you've probably got to tell the drivers that.
Yeah. But they might be watching the stream. You never know. But yeah. As they're doing the flashy ready up things already.
Friends! My friends
yes,
are doing my
friends.
thing. Yes, keep flashing. Yes, do it. More. Do it more. Jinx knows my my favourite thing, the flashy thing. I like the flashy thing. Everyone likes the flashy things.
So do I.
Yes. So I think we've got everyone in the session. Last one of the evening for us, we believe, was I'm just gonna leave that image in our management chat, Jess, of the man. You look so happy.
Come on.
Just look at him.
What?
Look at the management chat. Just look
What?
at him. He's so happy.
Aww. But anyway, let's get back professional, Liam, because we're about to start again.
It is, yes, professionalism. Yes, that's something I've clearly done this evening. It's been 2 hours.
Well, we've been going for a long time, to be fair. So.
My sanity levels are disappearing very slowly. But here we are. Another 10 drivers. I could literally just popped in and stolen a car if I want to right now. I cannot.
No.
It wouldn't let me anyway. Sadness.
Yeah, sad times.
But anyway, hope everyone's having a good afternoon and good evening in this beautiful season. And hello to Corey in the chat and the old Welsh Canadian as well.
Welsh Canadian is Oles.
At Oles.
Yes.
Ah. More you learn. So we've got new in this. We've got Rydell back against. He really wants to try and get into a 26. That's his goal. So
Yes,
we've got
it is.
Aero's new in this session as well. Lakitu's here. We've got Waitley and
Waiting.
Luke. Yeah, that. So.
And yeah, I want to see if Peru can improve on his lap time. I think I want to see anyone that's is been in more than one session to improve on their first lap time. Because otherwise, why are they here?
Well,
so keeping the fingers crossed.
Have more things as we just ride on board with this. Then so last runs in the session. Now let's see what we've got. So, Waitley, first out on circuit in the McLaren. Let's see what he can do then, as we've got a lot of time and a lot of people to go. And, oh, what's happened? An error.